Iconic motorcycles from the 1980s we all loved. The 1980s redefined motorcycling, with brands pushing the limits of speed, design, and power. From the Yamaha Vmax to the Kawasaki Ninja ZX10, known for its lightning-fast speed, each bike presents innovation and adrenaline. But what truly made these machines legendary? Could the Suzuki powerhouse GSX-R 1100 outshine the precision-engineered Honda VFR 750R? These bikes were about performance, style, the thrill of the ride, and the culture they created. So join us as we take a ride through the 1980s and count down some of the most iconic motorcycles we all loved. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. First up on the list is the Honda Africa Twin. Number 10. Honda Africa Twin. This motorcycle was introduced in 1988 by Honda as an adventure bike inspired by the brand's success in the grueling Paris-Dakar Rally. This motorcycle was built to conquer both off-road trails and long highway journeys, equipped with a powerful 647cc V-twin engine, exceptional suspension, and a large fuel tank for extended travel. With its lightweight frame, sturdy build, and off-road capability, the Africa Twin quickly gained a loyal following in America. Many American riders fondly remember the Africa Twin as a reliable partner in their adventures, from epic cross-country journeys to offbeat backroad explorations. It sparks countless memories of scenic rides, muddy trails, and even a few roadside repairs shared with friends. Over time, as more advanced adventure bikes entered the market, the Africa Twin faded in popularity in the US. However, it still has its unique place in motorcycle history as one of Honda's most iconic adventure bikes. Next up, we have the Suzuki GSX R750. Number 9. Suzuki GSX R750. The Suzuki GSX R750 was a game-changer when it was released in 1985. If you remember seeing one back in the day, it was hard not to feel excited. This bike was like nothing else on the road. Its sleek, lightweight frame made it look fast even when it was standing still. The real kicker, though, was its powerful 750cc engine, which packed the kind of punch that made it feel like a race bike you could ride on the street. Did you ever ride a Suzuki GSX R750 back in the day? Share your favorite memory in the comments below. What set the GSX R750 apart was its design, inspired by Suzuki's race bikes. It was one of the first to bring race technology to regular riders, with a focus on aerodynamics and performance. The bike's lightness, combined with its strong power, gave riders a thrilling experience on the road, whether they were cruising or pushing it to the limit. Even now, when thinking about the GSX R750, it brings back a sense of excitement and admiration. As impressive as the GSX R750 was, there was another bike from the 80s that could rival its impact: the Yamaha Vmax. Number 8. Yamaha Vmax. The Yamaha Vmax was introduced in 1985 by Yamaha and quickly earned a legendary status among motorcycle fans. Designed by Yamaha's Ed Burke, the Vmax was created to be a muscle bike. Powerful, bold, and fast. It had a 1200cc V4 engine with Yamaha's unique V-Boost system, which increased power at higher speeds, making it feel like a rocket on wheels. This bike wasn't just about looks. Its raw speed amazed riders across America, making it an instant hit. In the US, riders loved taking it on open highways, and it soon became a regular sight at bike rallies. Some recall trying to handle its incredible speed, while others remember funny stories of friends who were terrified just looking at it. As the years went on, newer models emerged, and the original Vmax's popularity slowly faded. Now that we've seen the Yamaha Vmax, let's talk about a bike that brought a whole new vibe to cruising: the Honda Shadow. Number 7. Honda Shadow. The Honda Shadow was a bike that caught everyone's attention when it first hit the streets in the 1980s. It wasn't the flashiest bike out there, but there was something about its cruiser-style design that made it stand out. It wasn't too big or too small. It had the perfect balance, making it accessible for both beginners and experienced riders. The Honda Shadow model, the Shadow 500, had a 491cc engine, while later models like the Shadow 1100 featured a 1084cc engine for more power. It has a 5-speed manual transmission, offering smooth shifting. With a low-slung seat, this was perfect for long trips. It had that classic cruiser vibe, with wide handlebars and a relaxed riding position that made you feel like you were in control of the road. Even now, thinking about the Honda Shadow brings back a smile to your face because it perfectly blends style and performance for many riders. For more awesome content just like this, make sure you're subscribed. You won't want to miss it. Speaking of bold designs, let's look into the Suzuki Katana GSX 1100S. Number 6. Suzuki Katana GSX 1100S. The Suzuki Katana GSX 1100S, launched in 1981 by Suzuki, was a game-changer in the motorcycle world. Designed by German designer Hans Muth, it was created to stand out with a futuristic look inspired by sleek jet planes. The Katana was fast, really fast, thanks to its 1,100cc engine, which could reach top speeds of nearly 140 miles per hour. Its sharp angle design and bold silver color made it look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, attracting tons of attention. In America, the Katana quickly became popular for its impressive speed. Riders loved how different it looked from anything else on the road. It turned heads everywhere it went. An interesting fact, its design was so ahead of its time that people either loved it or hated it. If you loved the Suzuki Katana, hit that like button so we know you're watching the video. Many fans still recall the thrill of riding the Katana on open highways or cruising to meet friends, making unforgettable memories. Now, what if you wanted something that wasn't just about speed, but also adventure? Well, then your answer is the BMW R80 G/S. Number 5. BMW R80 G/S. The BMW R80 G/S was a motorcycle that made a statement when it first came out in the early 1980s. Imagine walking down the street and seeing this bike. It was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. The large front wheel, long travel suspension, and high-mounted exhaust made it stand out. It had this bold, almost military vibe, like a bike made for serious adventure. Back then, it made us imagine wild road trips through mountains, deserts, and forests, going to places we could only dream of. The R80 G/S was powered by an 800cc engine, giving it enough muscle for tough terrain while staying smooth on highways. What made it special was its ability to handle both, making it a versatile choice for anyone looking to explore beyond city streets. Even today, when people think back to the R80 G/S, they remember how revolutionary it was. It changed what people thought a motorcycle could do. Another bike that was redefining speed on the street was the Kawasaki GPZ900R Ninja. Number 4. Kawasaki GPZ900R Ninja. The Kawasaki GPZ900R Ninja was introduced in 1984 by Kawasaki, and it quickly became one of the most famous motorcycles of the 1980s. It was created to be fast, powerful, and stylish, and it didn't disappoint. The Ninja featured a 908cc engine, a top speed of around 150 miles per hour, and a sleek aerodynamic design that set it apart from other bikes of the time. This made it the fastest production motorcycle at that time, and it caught the attention of motorcycle fans everywhere. In America, the GPZ900R became even more popular when it was featured in the movie Top Gun in 1986. Tom Cruise's character, Maverick, rode one, making it an icon. This movie connection helped boost the bike's cool factor, and many people wanted to own one. It became less popular in the 90s as newer bikes came out, and eventually it faded away. But for many, the Ninja will always be a part of their motorcycle history. Hit subscribe, and I promise I won't flood your inbox. Just more great videos like this one. Some might argue that the Ninja was the ultimate bike of the 80s, but if you ask a true fan, they'd probably tell you that the Ducati 851 took things to a whole new level. Number 3. Ducati 851. The Ducati 851 hit the streets in 1987. This bike was all about performance and style, with its sleek, sharp lines that made it stand out. When people saw it, they couldn't help but stop and stare. It was that striking. Its 4-valve engine and liquid cooling system made it one of the most advanced sports bikes of its time. The 851 was built for speed and handling, and it quickly became a favorite for racing. Do you think the Ducati 851 is still as cool today as it was in the 80s? Comment below with your thoughts. The bike's design was focused on one thing: performance. The frame was lightweight, and the handling was smooth, which made it great for both the track and the streets. It wasn't the easiest bike to ride, but for those who could handle it, it was a welcomed challenge. Looking back now, the Ducati 851 still brings a rush of nostalgia. It reminds people of the golden age of sport bikes, when everything about a bike, from the roar of the engine to the feel of the ride, was all about excitement. The Ducati 851 might have turned heads, but the Yamaha FZR600 Genesis, well, it made sure you never looked back. Number 2. Yamaha FZR600 Genesis. The Yamaha FZR600 Genesis was released in 1989 by Yamaha. It was designed to be a middleweight sport bike. The FZR600 was part of Yamaha's Genesis line, known for its innovative engineering. It had a 599cc incline-4 engine, which made it fast and responsive, perfect for riders who wanted speed without the bulk of a larger bike. The bike also features a lightweight aluminum frame, giving it excellent handling and agility. In America, the FZR600 quickly became popular among sport bike lovers because it offered great performance at an affordable price. It was perfect for riders who wanted a bike that could handle twisty roads and the racetrack. FZR600 was the bike to have in the late 80s and early 90s. And finally, we have the Honda VFR 750R RC30, arguably the most iconic sport bike of the 80s. Number 1. Honda VFR 750R RC30. The Honda VFR 750R, also known as the RC30, was one of the most exciting bikes of the 1980s. When it first came out in 1987, it felt like something out of a futuristic dream. People who saw it back then couldn't help but stare at its sleek, race-ready design and bold red, white, and blue colors. It was built for serious performance, with a 750cc V4 engine that gave it a lot of power and speed. Honda made it to compete with the World Superbike Championship, and it showed in its design. It had an aluminum frame, which made it lighter than many other bikes at the time. This made it easier to handle and perfect for fast, sharp turns. Plus, its handling was incredible, ideal for both racing and street use. Even now, remembering the Honda VFR 750R brings a feeling of excitement. The RC30 was the dream bike of its time, and it still holds that legendary status today. Wow, what a ride down memory lane! Whether you dreamed of owning a Kawasaki Ninja or had fun off-roading on a Katana GSX 1100S, these iconic machines brought us a lot of unforgettable moments. So which one of these bikes was your favorite? Did you own one? Or maybe you just admired it from afar? We'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on future content. We'll see you next time.